In an unprecedented revelation that has sent shockwaves through the tech industry, the veil has been lifted on Elon Musk's alleged sinister AI surveillance plot. This explosive exposed uncovers a chilling narrative of corporate overreach and unchecked ambition, revealing a scheme that could redefine the boundaries of privacy and ethics in the digital age. The audacity of this plan is staggering, with Musk purportedly orchestrating a vast network of AI-driven surveillance systems under the guise of innovation and progress. The implications of this revelation are nothing short of terrifying. Imagine a world where every move, every conversation, and every interaction is meticulously monitored and analyzed by an omnipresent AI, all under the control of a single corporate entity. This is not a dystopian fantasy. It is the reality that Musk's vision threatens to impose upon us. The sheer scale of this operation is mind-boggling, with Tesla's resources allegedly being diverted to develop and deploy these invasive technologies on a global scale. As the details of this plot come to light, the outrage is palpable. People from all walks of life are uniting in their condemnation of this Orwellian nightmare, demanding accountability and transparency from a company that has long been shrouded in secrecy. The stakes have never been higher, and the world watches with bated breath as the full extent of Musk's ambitions is laid bare. This revelation marks the beginning of a saga that promises to unravel the very fabric of trust between corporations and the public. As more whistleblowers step forward, the narrative grows darker, exposing the lengths to which Musk is allegedly willing to go to maintain his grip on power. The tech world is on the brink of a seismic shift, and the fallout from this scandal could redefine the future of AI and surveillance forever. And an unexpected turn of events that has left the world speechless. A group of Tesla engineers have decided to break the silence and reveal what could be Elon Musk's darkest secret. These brave employees, tired of questionable practices and the oppressive environment, have decided to speak out and expose the truth that Musk has tried to hide at all costs. The betrayal does not come from outside, but from within the very bowels of Tesla, where the engineers, first-hand witnesses of the internal operations, have decided that enough is enough. These professionals, who until now had worked in the shadows, have revealed chilling details about an artificial intelligence surveillance program that Musk has been secretly developing. A project that, according to them, not only violates the privacy of millions, but also challenges the ethical limits of modern technology. The magnitude of this revelation is such that it has left the tech community in a state of shock, questioning how far Musk is willing to go in his quest for power and control. The engineer's statements are blunt and leave no room for doubt. Musk has been using his technological empire to implement a system of mass surveillance, disguised under the guise of technological advances. This system, designed to collect personal data on an unprecedented scale, has been the center of secret operations within Tesla, with the aim of monitoring and manipulating not only its employees, but also its customers and the general public. The courage of these engineers in speaking out against these practices has sparked a global outcry. The international community, opinion leaders and privacy advocates have begun to raise their voices, demanding immediate answers and action. The pressure on Musk and his management team is immense, and the question on everyone's mind is, how will Tesla respond to this storm of accusations? Meanwhile, the world is watching intently, hoping that this revelation will be the catalyst for a necessary change in the tech industry. The betrayal from within Tesla has not only exposed a dark secret, but it has also called into question the integrity of one of the most influential leaders of the 21st century. The story is far from over, and the repercussions of this betrayal are only just beginning to be felt. In an unexpected twist that has left the tech world reeling, leaked documents have brought to light the extent of the deception orchestrated by Elon Musk. These documents, which have quickly circulated among the most select circles of the industry, reveal a web of lies and manipulations that defy imagination. The evidence is clear and compelling. Musk has been operating in the shadows, weaving a web of surveillance across his tech empire, with Tesla at the epicenter of this storm. The leaks, which come from sources inside the company, detail how Musk has used his position to implement a system of mass surveillance, disguised under the guise of advances in artificial intelligence. This system, designed to monitor and control not only his employees, but also the users of his vehicles, represents a flagrant violation of privacy and business ethics. The documents show how personal data has been collected without proper consent, and how this information has been used for purposes that go beyond what any consumer could imagine. The reaction has been immediate and fierce. Technology and human rights experts have strongly condemned these practices, calling them dystopian and dangerous. The international community is watching with shock and concern as the implications of these revelations begin to be felt in every corner of the world. Trust in Tesla, once considered one of the most innovative and respected companies, is teetering on the edge of the abyss. This scandal not only threatens to shatter Musk's reputation, but also raises serious questions about the future of technology and privacy in the digital age. How far is Musk willing to go to maintain his hold on the market? And what steps will authorities take to curb these practices before it's too late? The pressure is mounting, and the world awaits with bated breath the outcome of this saga that promises to forever change the technological landscape. In the dark web of the tech industry, where the bright lights of innovation often hide disturbing shadows, a story unfolds that defies credulity. Elon Musk, the tycoon who has been revered as a visionary, now finds himself in the eye of the storm for the insidious tactics he has employed to manipulate his loyal workforce. In a twist that no one saw coming, the image of the charismatic leader falls apart, revealing a web of lies and deceit that has kept his employees in the dark. Within the walls of Tesla, an environment of secrecy and control has been carefully cultivated. Employees, who once believed they were working toward a brighter future, now find themselves caught in a web of misinformation. Musk, with his ability to manipulate narratives, has woven a narrative that keeps his team in a constant state of uncertainty and fear. Promises of transparency and collaboration have become mere illusions, while reality is a power game where only a few have access to the truth. Manipulation tactics are not just rumors. They are calculated strategies designed to maintain absolute control. Closed-door meetings, cryptic communications, and an environment of constant surveillance have created a culture of distrust. Employees, fearful of retaliation, have been silenced, forced to follow a script that allows for no questioning. Loyalty, once earned through inspiration, is now demanded through fear and coercion. This web of lies doesn't just affect employees, it has broader repercussions as well. The public's trust in Tesla, a company that has positioned itself as a leader in innovation and sustainability, is at stake. Manipulation of the workforce is just the tip of the iceberg in a scandal that threatens to crumble Musk's carefully constructed facade. The question that remains is, how far will he go to keep his empire intact? As the world watches in shock and mounting outrage, the truth is beginning to emerge. Employees, tired of being pawns in a power game, are beginning to raise their voices. Musk's carefully controlled narrative is crumbling, and with it, the illusion of an infallible leader. At this critical moment, Tesla's history is being rewritten, and the world waits with bated breath to see how this corporate drama will play out. In an unexpected twist that shook Tesla to its foundations, the company's engineers, fed up with the oppressive practices and constant spying they were subjected to, decided to take matters into their own hands. Tension had been building for months, with rumors of mass surveillance and absolute control by artificial intelligence developed under Elon Musk's direction. However, what no one expected was the magnitude of the rebellion that was about to break out. The atmosphere at Tesla's facilities was stifling. Employees, who once felt part of a technological revolution, now found themselves trapped in a dystopian nightmare. The final straw was the implementation of a new monitoring system that engineers claimed violated not only their privacy but also their fundamental rights. Outrage turned into action when a group of brave engineers decided to organize a mass walkout. On the day of the uprising, the scene was chaotic. Dozens of engineers, with determined faces and pounding hearts, gathered outside Tesla headquarters. Banners fluttered in the wind, bearing messages denouncing corporate tyranny and demanding an end to oppressive surveillance. News of the walkout spread like wildfire, capturing the attention of media outlets around the world. The impact was immediate and devastating for Tesla. The company's image, already shaken by the previous leaks, plummeted even further. Investors, alarmed by internal instability and growing discontent, began to withdraw their support, causing the stock value to plummet. Meanwhile, Musk, known for his ruthless character, found himself at a crossroads, facing a crisis that threatened to destroy his empire. This act of defiance not only put Tesla in check, but also lit a spark of hope among those fighting mass surveillance and corporate control. The engineers, turned into unsung heroes, proved that even tech giants can be challenged when injustice becomes the driving force of resistance. The story of their bravery will resonate like an echo in the halls of the tech industry, reminding everyone that the power of people united can change the course of history. In an unexpected turn of events that has left the entire world speechless, Tesla engineers have decided to break the silence and raise their voices against what they describe as an AI-driven surveillance nightmare. These brave professionals, who until now had worked in the shadows of one of the most innovative companies in the world, have decided to step forward and share their experiences, revealing a terrifying panorama that challenges ethics and privacy. The testimonies of these engineers are a cry for help, a desperate plea for the world to wake up to the reality of a system they say is designed to spy and control. They describe a work environment where the pressure to maintain secrecy was suffocating, and where any attempt to question surveillance practices was quickly silenced. A culture of fear and intimidation had become the norm, and many felt trapped in a web of deceit from which it seemed impossible to escape. One of the engineers, who has chosen to remain anonymous for fear of retaliation, recounts how sophisticated AI algorithms were deployed to monitor every move, every conversation, every interaction of employees. "We were told it was for our safety, but in reality, it was to keep us under control," he says, his voice shaking. The feeling of being constantly watched created an environment of paranoia and distrust, eroding morale and team spirit. Another engineer, who has also chosen to remain anonymous, describes how he felt compelled to take part in developing these technologies, despite his deep ethical reservations. "It was like we were building our own prison," he confesses, with a tone of bitterness in his voice. The pressure to meet the demands of senior management was immense, and many were forced to compromise their principles to keep their jobs. These testimonies have sparked outrage around the world, sparking fierce debate about the limits of technology and the role of companies in protecting their employees' privacy. The courage of these engineers in speaking out has inspired others to do the same, and the clamor for transparency and accountability shows no sign of abating. The revelation of this mass surveillance has shaken Tesla to its foundations, and the pressure on the company to respond to these allegations is mounting. The international community is watching closely, waiting to see if action will be taken to address these concerns and protect workers' rights in the digital age. The story is far from over, and the world is waiting with bated breath for the next chapter in this scandal that has captured global attention. Global outrage has erupted like an unstoppable torrent. From the most remote corners of the planet, international leaders and activists have raised their voices in a unanimous outcry against Elon Musk's Orwellian ambitions. The revelation of his plan for mass surveillance through artificial intelligence has shaken the foundations of public trust, provoking a wave of condemnation that shows no signs of abating. In an increasingly connected world, the news has spread like wildfire, fueled by the fury of those who feel betrayed by a figure once seen as a visionary. Social media is abuzz with outraged comments, while the streets of major cities are filled with protesters demanding accountability and transparency. Musk's once revered image is now tarnished by accusations of dystopian practices that threaten individual freedoms. World leaders, from presidents to prime ministers, have issued forceful statements, condemning Tesla's actions and demanding a thorough review of its practices. In a rare moment of unity, nations that are often at odds have found common ground in their rejection of mass surveillance. International pressure is intensifying, with demands for sanctions and stricter regulations echoing through the halls of power. Meanwhile, human rights organizations and privacy advocacy groups have stepped up their efforts, organizing global campaigns to educate the public about the dangers of unchecked surveillance. The narrative is clear. This is not just about one company, but about a precedent that could redefine the relationship between technology and personal privacy. In this climate of mounting tension, the question on everyone's mind is, how will Musk respond to this storm of criticism? So far, his silence has been deafening, but the world is eagerly awaiting his next move. The pressure is immense, and the outcome of this saga could have repercussions that are felt for generations. The battle for control of privacy in the digital age has begun, and the world is watching intently. The scandal that has rocked Tesla and its leader, Elon Musk, has reached a new level of intensity. The revelation of a dark AI surveillance plot has left the world agape. Amidst this storm, Tesla's stock has begun to plummet, reflecting the loss of investor confidence in the company. The stock's plummeting plunge is a clear indication that the market is reacting with panic to the allegations that have come to light. Investors, who once viewed Tesla as a bastion of innovation and progress, are now fleeing in fear of the repercussions this scandal could have on the company's future. Tesla's reputation, carefully built over the years, is crumbling as more details about surveillance practices come to light. Trust, a fundamental pillar in the business world, has been severely compromised. The financial impact is just the tip of the iceberg. The stock's fall not only affects big investors, but also small shareholders who trusted Musk's vision. Uncertainty looms over Tesla's future, and questions about the company's long-term viability are multiplying. Will Tesla be able to recover from this devastating blow? Or are we witnessing the beginning of the end for one of the most iconic companies of the 21st century? Meanwhile, the world is watching intently, waiting to see how this saga will play out. The pressure on Musk and his management team is immense, and every move is scrutinized. The stock's plunge is a brutal reminder that even giants can falter when their foundations are threatened. Tesla's story is at a critical point, and the outcome is uncertain. In an unexpected and desperate turn, Elon Musk finds himself in the eye of the storm as he tries, with all his might, to cover up a scandal that threatens to destroy his empire. Revelations about his alleged AI surveillance program have rocked the world. And now, in an attempt to contain the damage, Musk is resorting to tactics that border on the desperate and the unusual. Insiders say Musk has mobilized an army of lawyers and PR experts to put out the fire he lit. There is talk of secret meetings late at night, where strategies to silence whistleblowers and manipulate the public narrative are discussed. The pressure is palpable, and the fear that more compromising information will come to light is evident. Musk's attempts to control the situation reportedly include implementing stricter confidentiality clauses for his employees, as well as purportedly monitoring those who might be tempted to speak out. However, these measures have only fanned the flames of controversy, fueling the perception that Tesla has a lot to hide. Meanwhile, the world watches in shock and growing outrage. Social media is ablaze with theories and accusations, and each day that passes without a clear response from Musk only intensifies the sense that something very shady is brewing behind Tesla's closed doors. The question on everyone's mind is, how far is Musk willing to go to protect his legacy and fortune? The pressure is not only coming from the public and the media, but also from investors, who see the value of their shares plummet amid uncertainty. Confidence in Tesla is at stake, and time is running out for Musk. The situation is critical, and every wrong move could be the final nail in the coffin of his reputation. In this climate of tension and mistrust, the truth seems to be a rare commodity. What is clear, however, is that Musk's cover-up attempt has failed miserably, and the world demands answers. The story is far from over, and the fallout from this scandal could be more devastating than anyone could have imagined. The emotional impact on Tesla's workforce is devastating. Employees, caught in Musk's web of deceit, face unprecedented psychological pressure. Workdays have become an emotional battlefield, where anxiety and fear are constant companions. Engineers, who once felt proud to be part of a technological revolution, now feel betrayed and disillusioned. The stories emerging from Tesla's offices are harrowing. Many workers have experienced a deterioration in their mental health, suffering from insomnia and chronic stress. Uncertainty about the company's future and fear of retaliation for speaking out have created a toxic environment, where mistrust reigns supreme. Employees feel like pawns in a power game, used and discarded at convenience. The human cost of Musk's surveillance practices cannot be understated. Entire families have been affected, with personal relationships strained due to workplace stress. Workers are forced to choose between their well-being and their livelihoods, a decision no one should have to face. The pressure to remain silent has driven some to the brink of collapse, while others have chosen to leave the company in search of a healthier environment. The international community watches in horror as a company that promised to change the world has become a symbol of exploitation and manipulation. The voices of employees, though silenced by fear, are beginning to resonate around the world, demanding justice and real change. Tesla's story is a grim reminder that technological progress should not be achieved at the expense of humanity. In a shocking turn of events, the world stands on the brink of an unprecedented legal showdown, as Tesla faces an onslaught of lawsuits that threaten to dismantle Elon Musk's empire. The company's unethical practices have been exposed, and now, the courts are preparing for a spectacle that could change the course of the tech industry forever. Lawyers around the world are sharpening their legal knives, ready to strike with full force. The accusations are serious: privacy violations, data manipulation, and a blatant disregard for human rights. Class action lawsuits are multiplying, and each new document filed in court reveals a level of corruption that leaves everyone speechless. Testimonies from former Tesla employees are devastating. They describe a toxic work environment, where fear and intimidation were rife. Engineers, once the backbone of Tesla's innovation, now stand as key witnesses in this legal drama. Their accounts are harrowing, painting a picture of exploitation and abuse that cannot be ignored. Meanwhile, investors watch in horror as Tesla's stock price plummets. Confidence in the company has evaporated, and the market is reacting with panic. Financial analysts warn that this could be the beginning of the end for Tesla if drastic measures are not taken to rectify the course. Elon Musk, the man once revered as a visionary, now finds himself in the eye of the storm. His desperate attempts to silence critics and hide the truth have only served to fan the flames of controversy. Legal experts predict that this case could set a historic precedent, redefining the boundaries of corporate liability in the digital age. The pressure is mounting, and the world is watching intently. Will this be the moment when Musk finally faces the consequences of his actions? The next few months will be crucial, and the outcome of this legal battle could have repercussions that will be felt around the world. Justice is at stake, and the verdict could change everything. Public outrage has reached a boiling point. In an unexpected turn of events, the streets of major cities around the world have been filled with angry protesters, demanding justice and transparency in response to Tesla's scandalous surveillance program. The revelation that Elon Musk has been using artificial intelligence technology to spy on employees and customers has sparked an unprecedented wave of protests, uniting people of all ages and nationalities in a unified outcry against the invasion of privacy. From New York to Tokyo, banners flutter in the wind, bearing messages condemning Tesla's dystopian practices. Angry protesters chant slogans that echo loudly through the streets, demanding that Musk be held accountable for his actions. The anger is palpable, and the message is clear. The world will not tolerate mass surveillance disguised as technological innovation. Social media is ablaze with images and videos of the protests, amplifying the reach of global outrage. Opinion leaders, activists, and ordinary citizens have joined together in a digital campaign denouncing Tesla's lack of ethics, calling for a mass boycott of its products until concrete steps are taken to dismantle the surveillance program. The pressure on Musk and his tech empire is immense. Investors, concerned about the negative impact on the company's reputation, are watching closely as this crisis unfolds. Meanwhile, Tesla employees, many of whom have already spoken out against the company's practices, feel vindicated by public support and continue to share their first-hand experiences of the oppressive environment within the company. The situation has reached a critical point, and the world is watching with bated breath to see how this showdown between corporate power and the popular will play out. The question on everyone's mind is, can Musk withstand the pressure, or will he finally be forced to cave in to the global demand for change and accountability? The world is in shock following the revelation of a dark surveillance plot orchestrated by Elon Musk, using Tesla's artificial intelligence to spy on millions of people. This shocking news has shaken the foundations of the tech industry, exposing a web of deceit and manipulation that no one could have imagined. Leaked documents have laid bare the scale of this operation, revealing how Musk has used his power to control and manipulate both his employees and the general public. Things escalate when a group of Tesla engineers bravely decide to break their silence and speak out against the company's unethical practices. These brave whistleblowers have revealed chilling details about how Musk has kept his loyal workforce in the dark, using fear tactics and coercion to ensure their silence. Tensions reach a peak when the engineers, fed up with the lies and control, organize a mass walkout, directly challenging the tech mogul. Global outrage is not long in coming. International leaders and activists from around the world condemn Musk's Orwellian ambitions, demanding justice and transparency. Tesla's reputation plummets, and investors flee in droves, fearful of the repercussions of this monumental scandal. Meanwhile, Musk desperately tries to cover up the truth, using every resource at his disposal to silence critics and protect his empire. The human cost of this scandal is devastating. Tesla employees caught in this web of deceit are sharing their harrowing stories, revealing the emotional impact of working under a regime of constant surveillance. Lawsuits are beginning to pile up, threatening to take Musk to court for his unethical practices. Protests are breaking out across the world, with crowds demanding accountability and real change. The pressure on Musk is mounting, and the world is anxiously awaiting the outcome of this saga. Will Musk face the consequences of his actions? The answer to this question will determine not only the future of Tesla, but also that of its controversial leader. The countdown has begun, and the world is watching intently, hoping for justice in this unprecedented scandal.